and welcome to this week's episode of the Mazas Musings podcast. I am joined this week by Eileen and Meghan for a very special episode, which, well, it's kind of centered on all of the things that the Maza family did over the course of the year, but really it's mostly focused on all of the great things that Meghan did over the course of the year. We also will have Meghan talking a little bit about Moana 2, which we finally got the chance to see, and so she'll give a brief review on that, and we'll chime in a little bit about what we thought about it as well. There are some spoilers, so just making that known. I want to thank everybody who's been listening to this podcast. I also want to thank everybody who has participated in the Best of 2024, which has been going on. We have the voting completed now, and the winner, and basically we'll go through the top 10, but and eventually get to a winner in our next episode. But that's our next episode. And we have a very special episode this week, so let's get right to that. Alrighty, so I am here with Eileen and Meghan.
Hi, hello, and that is a fact.
So, what are we here to talk about today, Meghan?
What we did this year and in each month.
What we did this year and in each month, and why are we doing that?
Because it's almost the end of 2024, so we want to share what we did.
Excellent.
And have some good memories about what we did.
Yes, sir.
Mommy's not a sir. Okay, somebody's a little silly today, so please bear with us. All right, Meghan. So, let's see. January is a pretty important month, huh?
Yeah.
Why is January such an important month?
Because it's my birthday and I turned 6 this year.
That's right. She did turn 6 this year.
Yeah. It's always an important month, though, because it's your birthday. So, do you remember your 6th birthday?
Yes.
What was the theme of your 6th birthday?
Paw Patrol, I think.
Paw Patrol?
Yeah, we had lots of Paw Patrol stuff, right?
Yeah, and the theme was Paw Patrol is on a roll. So we had a lot that was on a roll.
Like sandwiches and stuff?
Sandwiches, meatballs, Mary Kate's favorite pulled chicken.
If you don't know Mary Kate, she's my aunt.
That's right.
Thanks for clarifying.
So anything else in January? I think that was the big thing that happened in January. It's always very important, but was anything else?
I mean, aside from, I think we saw hockey,
and you getting sick.
Yes, I got sick in January.
Oh, that's right, yes.
So we had to cancel my birthday party, then we rescheduled it.
That's right. And when we had to reschedule the birthday party, you and I actually did something fun, right? We went with Patrick.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick. Where did we go?
To the Connecticut Science Museum.
That's right. Yep. And there we saw a lot of fun things. You guys really enjoyed the water thing at the beginning, right? And you did that at the beginning and the end.
Yeah, it was my favorite. favorite.
And there's also something else there that kind of scared you, huh? It moved. Do you remember what that was?
No.
The dinosaur. Oh, she just did her scared face, but it's not real, right? It's not a real dinosaur.
Not real.
You can't.
It's not real. It's just scary.
Yeah, because it just all of a sudden will start moving. It looks like a statue, and then all of a sudden will start moving.
And it roars, I think.
Yes, it does. Yep. So, all right. So then, February.
February was a very exciting month.
Well, can I put something that we didn't put on the list?
What do you remember?
My birthday party was rescheduled in February.
That's right. So, yeah. So, I guess that's very true. So, there were two exciting things that happened in February. So Meghan actually finally had her birthday party.
In February, as you all heard already.
And then what else did we do in February? It involves traveling and a boat and
Cruise.
Yes. And what kind of cruise?
A Disney cruise. It was called The Wish.
That's right.
Do you remember where we went?
Castaway Key and I forget the other spot.
NASA in the Bahamas.
NASA, yeah.
Yep. So let's see. So what were some of your favorite things do you remember from the cruise?
Mickey.
Mickey? So let's see. We saw Mickey in some different outfits too. Huh?
Yes.
And what are the ones you remember?
Captain Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy outfit Mickey.
That's right.
Pirate Mickey.
Yep.
That's all I remember.
Oh, Beach Mickey.
Beach
That's
Mickey.
right.
Yeah, Castaway.
There was a surprise waiting for us when we got to the bottom of the ship for everybody. Pluto.
Oh,
That's
right.
right.
Yes,
He was like at the bottom of the ship.
I forgot about
That's
that.
right. When we got off the ship at Castaway Cay, we got to see Pluto there right at the bottom of the ramp, right?
Yes.
And then there were other friends who were kind of along the way, right?
Oh yeah, we saw Beach Mickey on the beach with Beach Minnie.
Yeah, we saw both of them.
And Donald was along the way too.
And I think we saw Goofy, right?
I don't remember. Chippendale? I know they were there.
Yeah,
at
I
one
know
point.
we met people at that spot, and Goofy and Chippendale were there, but I don't remember what we actually met. Who we actually met.
Well, we didn't. I don't think we met Goofy, but Chip and Dale were there and Goofy was there. They were at the same spot, but different times.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep. So
We should.
We can talk. I'll
Okay,
just
Mommy,
look while
Mommy's
you're...
looking through the cruise
Oh!
book while we're.
And there was Rapunzel on the front.
Rapunzel was on the ship, on the back of the
That's
ship.
right.
Yeah.
On the back of the ship, she was painting Wish.
So we met Goofy and Chippendale there.
That's right. Yes, we met a lot of characters, so it's hard to keep them all straight sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. Yeah, so that was a fun trip.
Let's see. What else? Oh, in Nassau, what did we do? Do you remember?
I think we swam.
No, we didn't swim in Nassau.
No, in Castaway Key, we got to swim in the water.
That's right.
In February. It was a big deal because for us, the water's really cold in February, right? But
I was actually shivering.
Well, that's
it
right.
was a pretty chilly day.
It was very windy when we were there at Castaway Key, but it was still warmer than
the
it would
water
be.
was warm.
It would be warmer than it would be in Massachusetts in February if we went swimming.
I think Daddy was talking about the animals that we saw at NASA.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember we went on a bus?
I got to pet little bunnies.
That's
Yes.
right. Yep.
They're cute.
There were baby bunnies that were born. That was one of the things. There were they macaws or
I think
some
they're
kind
macaws.
I remember something else.
What?
Some people got to swing on a vine,
Yes.
like
Right.
Mommy.
Yes, you did a little swing.
No,
Yeah, there are pictures of you swinging.
I don't want.
I might have held you, but anyway. So
I
anything...
didn't want to swing.
And some of the birds could talk, right?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean February was a while ago.
Yeah, there were a lot of cool things. So we went to that. It was like a wildlife sanctuary. So
Yes, it was.
There were.
It was a lot of animals there.
Yes, and the animals were there to be kept safe, right?
Yes, of course they were. They always are.
One thing I remember about the cruise is that there was free ice cream all day long. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I got it twice.
On the boat?
I think I got it twice one day.
Yeah, twice in one day was a big deal.
I loved it.
So there was also a place that you really liked to go on the ship.
I forget what it was called.
You had to get there down the slide.
Oh, the kids club.
Yeah. Yep. And there was one thing you really liked to do at the kids club. Every time you came back from the kids club, you had a bunch of crafts that you had made.
Oh,
You'd
yeah.
come back with arms full of crafts.
I think she did every craft that they had there.
I tried to.
Yeah.
And it was a craft. There was craft rooms.
Yep.
2 craft rooms, and they did different crafts. I have some up in my room.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we did keep some of them and have them in your room.
I made a picture of me.
Anything else about the cruise or February?
I made a new friend named Mia.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, that was really nice that we ended up with another family that also had a 6-year-old girl. So you guys got along really, really well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they went from not talking to each other to plotting with each other, and we were just like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. But they were great.
All right, anything
And
else? Go ahead. Do you have something else?
And we only expected to eat at a table where it was only our family, but then when they got there, they sat with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was exciting.
All right, so we could spend a lot of time talking about the cruise, but we should probably move on. Is there anything else in February other than the cruise? I think the cruise is the big thing, and of course, Meghan finally having her birthday party. So
yes, it is true.
In March, let's see, what's the big thing that happens every March? Everybody wears green.
A St. Patrick's Day parade, I think.
That's right. For those,
and not just the parade, but what happens the day before the parade?
St. Patrick's Day road race.
That's right. For those who are not familiar or not from the area, Holyoke, Massachusetts has a very big St. Patrick's Day weekend. It's always the weekend after St. Patrick's Day. It has one of the biggest parades in the country, and it's a very, very big deal. So,
I get to run in a kids road race.
That's right.
Yes, there's a big kids road race.
And we run down a hill.
No, you run up a hill.
No, we run down the hill too.
So you run up the hill, and then what do you usually get at the finish line?
Cookie.
That's right, and a T-shirt, right?
Not this
Not
past
this
year.
Yeah, they didn't do that this year.
Well,
but usually, I mean, I think maybe you have one T-shirt, you probably have enough for a
while. Yeah, we definitely had our fair share of T-shirts, so it's okay that they're just doing the cookies.
I don't have a St. Patrick's Day T-shirt anymore.
We might have donated it. It might have gotten too small, but you definitely had like 3 at one point.
Well, we'll see. Because St. Patrick's Day is not that far away
at this point in time.
At this point, yeah.
And neither is my birthday.
That's true.
Yeah, so Chris and I always run in the 10K road race, and so we have to start getting ready for that now since it's coming up soon.
And does Meghan run too, or what does she do while we're running?
Where do you usually go while we're running?
To Granny and Grandpa's.
And where do you go then? You usually come cheer for us, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And high five all the runners.
And you try to hug me.
We can't hear you when you're...
And Mommy tries to hug me.
Oh, yes, because Meghan loves her sweaty hugs, right?
No, I don't.
And then after the road race, we go to Granny and Grandpa's, and we have Reuben's.
I don't remember what a Reuben is.
It's corned beef. You liked it last year.
Oh.
Yeah, you liked it. It's corned beef and bread and stuff like that.
It's a sandwich.
Yeah, so we do that, and then the next morning is the parade, and we go to Granny and Grandpa's because they live right near the parade. And there's lots of bands, right?
What's your favorite part of the parade?
I don't remember what there is in the parade.
You don't?
Yeah, I don't.
Well, there's so much stuff. So there's the
That's true.
band.
There's a lot.
There's so much stuff. I like the Colleens too. The girls who are waving on the floats, and some of them have crowns. Maybe one day you'll be on a float waving at us.
I don't want to.
And then
I'm never gonna.
And then at the end, there's the Shriners with the fun cars that go over the.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite part.
See, that's what I thought. But
yeah, but I mean, it's like a 3-hour long parade.
It's a long
so
parade.
It's definitely it's an experience. If you have not experienced it, go to Holyoke, Mass for parade weekend. You won't regret it.
All right. And then in April, something happened that doesn't normally happen. And it has something to do with the sun and the moon and the earth. So,
eclipse.
Yeah.
It's the eclipse, and my old school had a day off for the eclipse, so I went to mommy's school.
Yes, Meghan got to be a 5th grader that day.
No, and I got to see my friend Bailey. I got to sit next to her.
Yeah, so at my school, one of the colleges donated eclipse glasses to all the students at the school.
Yes.
So we got to all go out together and watch the eclipse happen. So it was a really, really cool experience. And Meghan, because she had no school that day, my principal let her come in with me. And so she got to come out and join us and watch the eclipse too.
And I got to sit next to Billy.
Yes.
As I already said.
Yes, she had some friends at the school that she knows from the neighborhood, and so she got to go sit next to one of them.
Well, no, because they moved.
Right, but you still know them.
Yeah, and they're not in our neighborhood anymore.
Okay.
So I said no.
All right. So then in May, I guess Meghan played a lot of soccer, huh?
And it happened to be Mommy's birthday that I brought up too.
That's
yes,
right.
It was my birthday in May. And we spent my birthday driving to New Hampshire to run a half marathon in the White Mountains, which was a really fun experience. And
very beautiful and nice that it was downhill.
Yeah, that was a great experience. And
we actually did talk about that in the podcast earlier this year.
And Meghan had soccer pretty much every weekend in May, and we got to see her really improve a lot this past year.
I love soccer. It's my favorite sport.
And in the spring, I think, was when you scored your first goal.
My last game was my first goal.
Yeah.
And this year for soccer, I didn't score even one single goal.
No, but you moved up a league in the fall. So in the spring, she was one of the older kids in the league, and she really learned a lot more about playing soccer. And then in the fall, she was one of the younger kids.
Yep.
So it was a little harder for you to score goals then. Maybe in the spring, you'll score again.
Because I'm going to probably, I don't know.
I don't know either, but you'll definitely not be one of the youngest anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be one of the older ones.
I guess we'll find out in the spring.
So June was a busy month for the Maza family and for Meghan.
I don't remember
the
anything.
Very first day of June, you had an extremely important job. Where you had to wear a white dress.
Oh, yeah. Annie and Brian's wedding.
And what did you do?
I was a flower girl.
That's right.
With my little cousin Maya.
Yes, they did.
I almost got her my.
I know you did. So she got to wear a very fancy white dress.
And I walked down the aisle throwing flowers everywhere.
And you got your hair done that morning, remember?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
It looked very beautiful.
She wasn't going to, but then the stylist had a few extra minutes, so she did Meghan's hair, and it was very fancy. Remember she braided it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at the reception after the wedding, you did a whole bunch of what?
dancing.
You were dancing the whole time.
Couldn't get you off the dance floor.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And Maya was dancing with you sometimes?
Yeah. Patrick is my cousin, and you already know that, but he danced too.
Yes, the kids definitely took over the dance floor at that wedding.
And let's see, Meghan also graduated kindergarten in June.
Yes, I had a half day.
I guess you did have a half day because you had your graduation ceremony, and it was really, they sang some songs, and
my favorite was with just one small voice. That's my favorite.
Your favorite song?
Yeah.
I did like that song. They sounded so nice and calm and peaceful in that song, and in my head, I'm like, that is not an accurate reflection of 56-year-olds.
They were not a nice. They were a nice group, but they were not a calm group. That's for sure.
You guys always had a lot of energy, right?
I was just so excited to graduate.
It was a very special day, and she had a fancy flower dress then. You had your little flower dress. You look very, very cute.
I don't remember.
I do.
Mommy remembers all these kinds of things, so.
I just remember you looked super cute.
I don't know how. I have no idea how she remembers all of these things. It's very impressive. And then, let's see. We went on a little trip.
You and I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we celebrated our 13th anniversary, and we were up in Stowe, Vermont.
And what did Meghan do when we were in Stowe?
I don't remember.
You know what? I think she did a double. I think she did an Auntie Beth
then
a Maureen sleepover.
That's right. Yeah.
Because it was
Patrick's birthday party.
Right.
So you stayed with Auntie Beth one night, and then
she was gonna then Maureen scheduled Patrick's birthday party the day after, so I slept over at Maureen's house.
That's right.
That's right. And while you were doing all that fun stuff, Mommy and I did some exploring up in Vermont. We did a little bit of hiking.
I was going to say we got to do some like grown-up hikes, which was nice. I love hiking with Meghan, but we were able to do something a little more challenging that might have been a little tough for Meghan.
Yeah, it was very windy at the top of that mountain.
It was so cold.
What was the mountain called?
Oh boy, that's a good question.
That was the Stowe Pinnacle.
Yeah.
And so it was very open on the top. There was not a lot of trees, and
so you could see all around. But it was also kind of a cloudy and windy day, so you could see the wind blowing the clouds over the mountains. It was pretty cool.
It was
and between the mountains, you could see clouds like slipping between mountains. It was pretty cool.
Were the mountains so high?
Yes. Yeah,
and there were mountains that were definitely higher than us. Like we were able to look up at mountains too.
Yep.
It was a pretty cool thing.
Yep. And we also explored some breweries. So it was a nice weekend where we did some stuff, but it was also relaxing.
Yeah, we didn't really we had a couple things planned that we knew we wanted to do, but it was all on our own time. Yep. And then I think that covers June.
I think so.
But I have one more thing to share. I missed them.
And we missed you too.
Mama.
So in July.
Oh, Meghan and I got to travel in July. Daddy had to stay behind.
Meghan did a lot of traveling.
Maine.
This year, huh?
Yeah.
Maine, yes. What about Maine?
Well, where did we go in Maine?
To the beach.
And who did we stay with?
Granny and Grandpa.
Yeah, my parents get a beach house every year, a big beach house, and they invite the kids and their grandkids to go up and visit them. And this year's house was right across the street from the beach.
And I got to go a lot.
You got to go where a lot?
To the beach a lot.
Yeah, we went to the beach. We were up there for 3 nights, maybe 4 nights.
I think 3. No, 4, because 3 nights 4 days.
Okay, that makes sense. Because we got up there pretty early on the first day. So we were there for like the whole afternoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, it was really, really hot up there. So it was a good thing that they were right across the street from the beach. And then, do you remember what else we did when we were up there? Where do we go at least once when we're up there?
I don't remember.
It's a place with rides.
I know what it's called, but I forget what it's called.
So they stay kind of near the Old Orchard Beach Pier. So we get to go to the pier.
Oh, yeah, the pier.
And at the pier, they have a lot of rides, right?
Yeah. Me and Patrick love those rides. I went on a new ride this year.
Did you? Which one?
Frog Hopper.
That's right. Is that
Patrick loves that.
Patrick loves the Frog Hopper?
Does that go up and down?
Yeah. Patrick told me it was so fun, so I wanted to try it.
And you always go on one big kid ride with Granny, right? Do you remember what that one is?
It's a big kid ride, but I forget what it's called. I love it. I know I love it.
It's the Tilt-A-Whirl, right?
Oh, yeah, it's my favorite. Mommy does not like the Tilt-A-Whirl.
No, so Meghan asked Granny if she would take her on, and the two of them went on the Tilt-A-Whirl together.
Oh, my goodness.
I love that!
And I think Granny loves it, too.
Yeah, she does.
But yeah, so we got to do a lot of swimming in the ocean and walking on the beach. And we did some exploring one day, and we found a jetty that she walked out on.
I don't remember what a jetty is.
The big rock wall that we were with Joey, and I remembered saying to Joey, don't tell Chris that I let her out this far. Don't tell Chris that I let her out this far, because we went out pretty far.
And I didn't get to go on this trip. I had to work.
Yes, he did, and there was a surprise for Daddy.
There was a surprise for me?
Yes, Grandpa came up when you weren't expecting.
That's right. Your dad
right.
did come up for a couple of days then. Was he up for a funeral or something?
Yes, that's right. Yep. So I did get to see Grandpa for
so you got to do something fun while we were gone.
That's a great memory, Meghan. I guess you've got a little bit of Mommy's memory, because I didn't remember that either.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, he did come up then.
Yep.
I remember that. When you mentioned Maine, I was like, okay, I'm gonna tell them that Grandpa came up.
Yeah, that's right. My father lives in North Carolina, right?
Yes.
So we don't see them. We see them a few times a year, but this was an unexpected visit. So
at least we see them. We see them at least once a year.
Yeah.
Sometimes we see them more, but at least once.
Yeah, this past year was a little bit different because they came up like at different times. There was a wedding and a graduation, so we got to see them. We got to see Grandpa probably more than we usually do, but Elaine and Allison not as much, just because.
Well, and Allison's in college now, so she's very busy as well. So
yeah. So figuring out schedules is tricky.
All right.
Yes, it is.
And let's see. So in August, Meghan started a new school.
Mommy works there, so I see her a lot in the hallway.
Yes, it is fun that I get to see Meghan in the hallway. My class passes by her class a couple times a day, and so we get to wave at each other and sometimes squeeze each other's hands.
And I'm just gonna tell them I made a 5th grade friend because is my friend in her class, and he has a brother that's in Mommy's class, so I made a friend, and they live in our neighborhood.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, and so that's a lot of fun, getting to see Meghan at school every day, and she's doing very well. She's made friends in all different grades, and she's works very, very hard. And we were talking this morning about books that she's been reading recently. And she said she had a goal to finish a book in a day, which she did. But I was commenting on how in January she could barely read. And now she can read chapter books.
That's right.
So she's learned a lot this year.
Yep. Yes, I have. And it all started when Mommy and Daddy let me read part of Magic Treehouse.
That's
yes.
right.
Yes, we've had a very Magic Treehouse year this year. We're almost done the whole series.
Yes. And I want to start Merlin missions soon.
Oh, okay.
Well, we have some other books to read, too.
I know.
Okay.
So, also in August, Mommy and Daddy got to do a little trip on their own to Disney.
And I missed them too much.
They missed us too much? And we missed you, too.
And I think I stayed at Maureen's.
I think you did.
Yep.
I think you... And I think at one point Riley stayed at Maureen's, and there was...
Riley stayed for a day, but didn't sleep over any night.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, Riley's another cousin, so you had some...
just Patrick's cousin. She's my friend.
That's true. Yeah. So, but you guys got to have some fun time. You're all around the same age, within a year or two of each other. So, so you guys, it was great to have people all your same age to play with.
Mm-hmm.
While Daddy and I were in Disney.
Yes.
We did miss you a lot.
We did keep saying, oh, Meghan would love this. Oh, we have to do this next time with Meghan. Oh, Meghan would like this.
And one of the things that we thought that Meghan would really love is we got to try out the Tiana's ride.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
And so that one is one that hopefully we'll be able to share with Meghan this time.
She'll love it.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
She's always a little bit dramatic when it comes to I almost said when it comes to new rides, but it's really most rides because she loves she pretends she doesn't like it, but she really likes Big Thunder Mountain.
No,
we're not going to be able to do Big Thunder Mountain this time, but this is one of those ones that she gets very dramatic about and then spends the whole time
going
Sorry.
That could have been worse.
No, I go.
All right, we're done.
But so that was our August, and obviously we had the start of school, and then September comes, and September there's always a big thing that happens
nearby
in West Springfield.
That has a slide.
Biggie!
Yes.
Yep, so we went to the Big E. That's our one of our September traditions.
I don't want to talk about the slide.
We went really fast. We went earlier this year, and I feel like the slide was faster.
Did they grease up the slide?
I don't know, but it definitely felt faster.
It was faster. I know it was faster at all. Yes, it was.
Okay, so let's see. There's always a slide. What were some of the other things that you saw or did at the Big E?
I saw animals.
That's right. That's a big part of the Big E.
We saw a baby cow there, right? Like it was just like a day old. 2 days old?
2 days old?
No, 2
Oh, we saw 2
cows.
baby cows.
Oh, okay. I remember we were talking to one of the women who was like, yep, the cow's like a day old.
They're cute.
And what is one of your favorite things to get there?
Something you drink.
Chocolate milk!
Yes.
They have really good chocolate milk there.
Every time I get it, I'll drink it in 2 minutes.
You drink it really quickly.
I go
It's fresh from the brown cow, right? Brown cows make chocolate milk?
I don't even know.
You're on a public podcast, Daddy.
What? That's not true?
I don't even know. Well, I think chocolate milk is made by melted chocolate ice cream. That's what I think it's made from because I've heard that somewhere.
I have to say, this chocolate milk does kind of taste like melted chocolate
It
ice
is
cream.
shake. They call it a milkshake.
Oh.
So
but it doesn't have that thickness. It's just this really creamy, delicious chocolate milk.
Anything else about the Big E?
Well, a goat peed on mine in Mommy's leg.
Yes, one of the great experiences of the Biggie is a goat peeing on your leg. Yes.
That doesn't usually happen. I forgot about that, Megan.
Oh boy!
Are you going to say thank you for bringing that up?
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. So let's see. We also, there's the state buildings, of course, where we see all kinds of different stuff from the New England states. And then there's something. Let's see, that there's the parade, right?
And there's tractors somewhere too.
Oh yes, the tractors. Yep.
But what do they get? What did you get a lot of at the parade?
Necklaces. I have a whole necklace thing in my room. Well, not necklace thing, but a thing on my bed that holds it up. A leg on my bed. Yeah. Has a lot of necklaces.
That's right.
All from the parade.
That's right. They throw like Mardi Gras beads, bead necklaces during the parade, and Megan got a lot.
She really, really did. And it was great.
And Mommy let me have hers.
That's true. I did share some.
No. She got one, and then she left it somewhere, so I took it.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes.
Oh.
No, at home.
Oh, okay.
So I took it and put it on my bed leg.
Oh my goodness, Megan.
I know you've been looking for those beads. So.
I have. I was probably going to bring them to school.
But now they're mine.
So September. That's I mean,
that was the big thing.
October.
In September.
September was also lots of soccer again.
Yep, lots of soccer.
I love soccer. As you all know, it's my favorite sport. I wanted to say that again.
Okay, and October we took a trip
to Montreal.
That's right. Megan was a world traveler this year.
2 new countries.
Yep.
I love Montreal. Montreal's so fun.
What were some of your favorite things about Montreal? I know we did a whole podcast.
I was going to say, I know we did a whole podcast, so maybe just quickly mention.
Monterey.
What?
Metro.
The Metro. Yep.
I'm getting Monorail and Metro mixed up.
But they both are like trains that you move on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Metro went so fast.
It did. It was
really fast.
It was a very quick train. And we also did the Notre Dame Basilica with the church with the light show. We did that.
And we told you this in the
other podcast.
The other podcast that we did about Montreal, but we had to choose a different place to go for breakfast.
That's right.
Yes,
yeah.
Yep. We got to. Yep.
I really liked my bed. It was like a couch.
It was a pot. Yeah. Yeah. And we also did a boat ride there, and we explored like the Olympic Park area.
Yeah.
Saw the animals in the biodome.
Oh, I was gonna say biodome.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
There were 4 places in the biodome.
Yep. Can you name just one animal that you saw at the biodome?
I can't.
Can't think of a single animal you saw at the biodome?
I can name I think I can name like 3.
Okay, you can name 3 then.
No, maybe. I saw macaws.
Macaws?
Little furry monkeys. They're so cute.
That's
right.
And what was that last one I was thinking?
Is it from a cold place?
A snake. I saw penguins too.
The penguins were the one that I was going to say.
And I saw a turtle, fish.
All right.
Okay.
I think.
No, I have one more to say.
Last one.
And stingray.
Stingray.
Because remember, we've already told them about this, so we don't have to tell everything this time.
I know.
If you want to hear more about it, you can always go back and listen to that podcast. It's a fun podcast where Megan tells us all about the trip to Montreal.
Yes.
Yes, I love Montreal.
November.
We went and saw a Boston College football game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it had been Megan's first time back to BC since she was
2.
attached to
She
your
wasn't
front.
even 2 then.
She was
She
still
would have
attached
been,
to
like-
your front.
But she could walk around there. I have pictures of her running
That's
around
true.
the hallways.
Yeah,
like,
I
in
think
the-
sometimes it was just easier to have her
we would
in
carry
the carrier.
her
Yes.
rather than use a stroller, but she was mobile at that point in time.
And
But yeah, it was her first time back in like since COVID.
Yep.
So that was really, really fun. Do you remember who won the game?
Boston College, and we had to stay.
Oh, we had to stay at the end for alma mater.
And then there's a very long wait for the bus to get back to our car.
There was.
But no, yeah, that was a
The
fun.
bus was so fun. I loved the bus. I ate on the bus.
We
And
did
the
eat
wheels
lunch on
went
the bus.
round
That's
and
right.
round. The wheels went round and round.
All right. So, yes, Eileen went to Boston College. She played in the Boston College marching band and went to all kinds of bowl games, like the prestigious MPC Computers Bowl.
Hey, it was
And the-
blue turf. It was pretty cool.
And the Continental Tires Bowl, and the Champs Sports Bowl.
I feel like you're making fun of me.
Stop
I
it.
also went to the ACC championship game. I went to 3 national championships for hockey. So let's not just make fun of me. I got to do some pretty cool things at no cost to me.
It's very true. Eileen's first trip on an airplane was
To Boise, Idaho.
Idaho.
I've traveled to some different places since Boise, Idaho. But at this point, I kind of adult Eileen would like to go back and see Idaho, like, and appreciate the mountains and stuff like that. But 20-year-old Eileen was just like, this is my first plane ride. Oh.
So that's a little bit of the background. We actually used to be season ticket holders before Meghan was born to Boston College football. And
Even
in fact,
when Meghan
even
was
when
born.
Meghan was born. But then
COVID hit and
Yep. And so
and Meghan got older and busier.
Yeah.
So
So this was Megan's first time back to a game in a while. So it was fun.
did we have a pretzel there? We got a snack at the game, right?
I know we got a snack. I just don't remember what it
Pretty
was.
sure it was a pretzel.
That would make
I
sense.
don't know what it was.
Either way. All right. So
And we got 3 waters, 2 waters.
okay.
I
And so
just
in
really went to
December,
waters. It was Christmas.
it was Christmas. But before Christmas, we took Granny and Grandpa somewhere.
To the Lion King play.
That's right. We saw the Lion King on stage in Hartford at a theater called the Bushnell.
And my favorite was
What?
I don't know what you're gonna say.
I told you it.
Well,
Well,
tell
say it.
everybody it.
The cheetah who didn't come out alive. I just like cheetahs.
Oh, yeah. They had a lot of different animals,
Animals.
like puppets and things like that.
And the cheetah was my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I like.
It's a
cheetahs.
very cool show because there's some of it is people, some of it is puppets, some of it is people with puppets.
Yeah.
And it had a lot of the music that we know and stuff like that, and some things that we didn't know.
Like the song Showdown, which is not even in the movie,
That's
but
true.
they made that song up to be in the play.
Yeah, it was really great, and
It's a musical, actually.
Chris
Yeah.
and I had seen it before, but
But I have not.
it was Megan's first time, and we took my parents for their birthday, so that was a fun experience.
And it was both of their birthday gifts.
Yes, and this was Megan's first time seeing a play in a big theater. We saw Cinderella once in a
In a
much
small
smaller
local
community
production.
theater, but this was a big show in a big theater, and she did.
And we sat in the balcony.
Yes, we did, and she did a great job. So we'll
Yeah.
have to do that.
There was
again
a
sometime.
long line for the bathroom.
Yes,
There was a long line for the bathroom, but it was still fun. It was a great time. And then Megan did mention the other thing in December that, of course, was exciting was Santa did come to our house.
And he left me a note.
Yes, he did leave you a note. I think he also left you some presents too, right?
He did, Daddy. Why are you being so silly?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, so it was a really great Christmas for us here, and Santa was great to Meghan, and all her family members were great to Meghan. So she's been a very lucky little girl.
She sure has. All right, so this is about the end of this part of the podcast. So, do you have anything else you'd like to say? Anything else that you thought of that was fun about this year?
No, but I want to say thanks for listening and goodbye.
What about, is there anything you want to do next year in 2025? Is there a new place you want to go or a new thing you want to do?
Vermont.
You want to go to Vermont?
I want to go to Vermont again.
Okay.
I think we can
do
probably
that.
make that happen.
And back to Montreal. I love Montreal.
We'll see
That
about
one's
that.
not as. We want to try new places too, but
No,
we
but
also.
But you want to go to the biosphere, and I want to do that too.
I know it's tricky. There's so many places in the world I want to see.
Well, before anything else, our next trip is going to be
Disney.
back to Disney in February. So we're looking forward to that. There will be some new things for Meghan to experience there, like Tiana's.
We've got some new
And
dining this time.
Yep.
And Everest. She's tall enough now for Everest.
Yeah, that's the one that she's being super that she's being super dramatic about right now.
But we'll try it, and if she doesn't like it, she doesn't have to go on it again. But we have to try everything once.
Now, that is one that Mommy tricked me on.
What?
Mommy didn't tell me that roller coaster goes backwards.
It's super fun, though. It actually, the backwards is less scary.
It is. It actually is. But she didn't tell me, so I wasn't expecting it. But now you know, so you can expect it. But yes, it's
Anyway.
Mommy already told me.
Oh, okay. So she better prepared you than she did me. That's nice.
I love you.
I love you. All right. Well, thank you, Meghan. Thank you, Eileen. And now
that is a fact.
And now we have to get some lunch and get ready to go see Moana 2.
And that is a fact.
And we'll also talk with Meghan afterwards to find out what she thought about Moana 2.
I might just say I liked it, or I loved it, or I didn't like it.
Well, we'll talk about
later.
it more once we've seen it.
Say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year and goodbye.
Donald, wake up! It's showtime! Don't forget the orchestra!
Ah, there you are. And just in time.
Mom says there's even more magical stuff now.
For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors.
Hang on to them hats and glasses, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness. And here we go!
Hello and welcome to our podcast about Moana.
Yes, that's
2.
To Moana 2, that's right. Yes, Meghan and Mommy and I went and saw Moana 2, and then we have now had dinner. We are in our soft, fuzzy PJs, and we are ready to tell you what we thought about Moana 2. So, Meghan, what did you think about Moana 2?
It was a little scary.
A little scary?
Yes.
That is not the first reaction you told me when we left.
So, were there things that you liked about it?
Yes. There's a couple silly parts.
Oh, silly parts? And who was doing the silly things in those silly parts?
Maui.
Maui was very silly.
Pua. And hey. Maui was calling Pua bacon.
A mild spoiler there for everybody. And did you like any of the songs in this movie?
No.
No? Wow, we have a tough critic here.
Did you not like them, or did you just not care about them?
I didn't like them.
Wow.
Okay, remember, we're being serious.
I am being serious.
So you didn't like the songs. There were some scary parts, but you liked Maui, Pua,
and Hey.
Mind you, every time I looked over at her in the theater, she was smiling or laughing.
So, Mommy, since you have chimed in here, what were some of the things you liked or about the movie?
I thought it was a fun storyline. I think that it was a good way to continue Moana's journey. I also really liked her little sister. I thought she was funny. And of course, I liked the way that they worked together at the end. And Moana is a demigod now.
Wow, major spoiler there.
Sorry, I didn't know we were not doing spoilers. It's been out for a month and a half. Spoilers are allowed.
Yeah, I thought that it was a fun movie. I thought that was a fun way to spend an afternoon. I really liked Moana's new song.
And there was something that
What?
There was a bat lady there, and we don't understand why there were bats.
Yeah, we were all a little confused about her.
And maybe there will be a Moana 3 where we find out more about her.
Some people say there's going to be a Moana 3, and that is a fact.
The fact that people are saying it is a fact.
Yes.
But Disney has not officially confirmed.
I don't think so. Nope.
Um.
Anything else you'd like to add before we say goodbye to everybody? Oh, Comet came to say hello. Our dog Comet just popped his head in to say hello. So it's a little distracting at the moment. But
I really like that they were able to incorporate the line, I am Moana, into Moana's new song. I know that's very small and very silly and very little, but especially with different people behind the music, to be able to create that tie-in and get permission to create that tie-in. And as Meghan knows, we used to, when she was younger, we would used to sing I am Meghan to her based on that. And Grandpa used to do it all the time.
And sometimes she'd like it, and sometimes she'd say, don't say that.
So when she was singing her song and she was able to find that line, I am Moana, in that like powerful voice, I did enjoy that.
Was there anything else you liked about the movie or anything else you'd like to say? Meghan is looking like no. Okay.
Meghan is watching herself on screen right now. So
That's
she's
right.
Not focused.
Yeah. So.
I don't know.
No? Okay. Well, I
want to say bye soon, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, we can say goodbye.
Yeah, I think that we kind of gave our quick review. Liked it, didn't love it, but would definitely see it again.
Yep. When it comes out on Disney Plus, we'll probably watch it again, right?
No.
No? Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I want to know more about I can't remember his name, but the bad guy in this movie, because it seems like he's going to be in another one too.
If there's another one.
If there's another one, yes.
Yeah, that part definitely, like, I think they had to keep it short enough to release in theaters so that kids could go see it.
Yeah.
So some of the development was not there, but if there's a third one, I think we'll get some of those questions answered.
Yeah. And we saw yeah, you're right. It's been out for a month and a half, so spoilers don't matter so much. But we got to see Tamatoa again, the crab.
It was at the end.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there was like a little thing at the end.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, that will wrap it up. That was our quick review of Moana
2.
All righty. Well, thank you very much for listening.
Bye, and that. Bye. We thanks for listening, and bye again.
Well, and of course, Meghan mentioned that there were some scary parts about Moana 2, and really, there can be a lot of scary things about planning your own Disney vacation. So, what I suggest is talking to our friends at We Do Travel Right. They will take all those scary parts away and they will take care of them for you so that you can get back to just enjoying your vacation. Uh, they offer this concierge level service that includes one-on-one support with an agent. You have the dining team, which does all kinds of great things for you. I can say from our own personal experience, we had the dining team work for us for our upcoming February trip. And man, basically everything that we wanted, they were able to nail down for us. Now, that's not always going to be a guarantee. They always do the best they can, but they really can work some amazing magic to get you what you're really looking for in your trip. So, the thing that makes all of this even better is the fact that it's free. That's right, you are paying for the use of an agent whether you use one or not. And that's true for whether it's a Disney vacation, a Universal Studios vacation, a cruise, or a vacation at an all-inclusive resort. Yes, they build the use of an agent into their prices and pass that on to you. So, doesn't it just make sense to use an agent? So, if you want to get your free, obligation-free quote, you can go to wedotravelright.com/Maza. That's wedotravelright.com/Maza. And get your next magical vacation started today.
Now I can't do any more damage around this popsicle stand.
So long, partner. See you real soon.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to this special and sometimes a little bit silly episode. I know that Meghan really enjoys doing these, and we know that you enjoy hearing from Meghan, and we will certainly be doing more of that in the future. I also appreciate all of the support that the podcast has gotten over the past year. This will be our last episode of 2024. And to think of where this podcast started and where it is now, it really kind of blows my mind. I've had some great guests, had some great conversation. I love that my family has gotten involved with this as well. Just a lot of great memories that are associated with this. And we will be making many, many more as 2025 comes upon us and we journey through it over the next year. I want to thank everybody who has left a rating or a review. If you have not left a rating or review, you can go to wherever you get your favorite podcasts and just, every place has their own different kind of setup. So whether it's a 5-star review or a thumbs up or whatever, we appreciate that because that helps us become more visible on those different podcatchers for other people to find us. Also, you can interact with us, and that's a great way to not only help us with the podcast, but to create some great conversation. You can either leave comments on Spotify or Good Pods. You can also email me directly at mazasmusings@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, which is the Mazas Musings Podcast. We have Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at Mazas Musings Pod. We are also on TikTok at Mazas Musings Podcast, and we are now also on Blue Sky. So we're on all these various different things. You can also go to mazasmusings.wordpress.com to get past episodes, more information about the podcast, find all of these different places where you can connect with us on social media. And yeah, it's just a great way for you to kind of find everything that you're looking for the podcast in one place. We also have a link tree, link.tree/Mazas Musings, where you can find all of this stuff as well. And also, the number one way that people can find us is if somebody tells them about us. So tell your family and friends. If you have, I very much appreciate it. If you haven't, please do that. 2025 is going to be a fun year. We already know that we have some fun stuff coming up. And I know that after looking back on 2024 in this episode, we've kind of been like, man, what can we do to top this next year? So Meghan has already asked that we do this kind of podcast this time next year. So we certainly will plan on doing that. And we will try over the course of the year to fill it up with all kinds of fun and interesting things that we can talk about. In the meantime, next week, we will have the best of 2024, where we will be running through all of the things, all of the top 10 podcasts that we had this year and that you guys voted on to determine which was the best podcast or the best episode of this podcast of 2024. Once again, I didn't think that this podcast would be what it is. Frankly, I started this out as something where I was practicing for something work-related. I never, saw this becoming a real thing, but it's really become a passion. I've met some great people. I've become a part of some great communities. And I think we're building a community here with this podcast that is really fun and really engaging. So if you want to reach out, if you want to collaborate, if you just want to say hi, all of it's great. I've given you all the ways that you can connect with us. But again, the way that you can find everything is to go to mazasmusings.wordpress.com. And I would love to hear from you. Seeing as this is the last episode before the new year, I, of course, want to wish everyone a happy and safe new year and all the best in the year to come.
No. I want to say something too. Thank you for listening. This is one of our best podcasts. Bye.